Hello, and welcome to Creating a Shirt in Gimp. My name is Allison Linola on Second Life, and basically I decided to make a tutorial to help you all out. Alright, what you're seeing now is I've opened Gimp and I've opened a couple files. There's a top and a bottom file, and also a source picture file. I've moved the layers around so I can see what I'm doing and figure out how I want to do this shirt for you guys. Okay? The first thing I'm going to do is create a new layer, and which I already have. I make a lot of shirts. Okay, after you created your new layer, you're going to go ahead and pick the paintbrush tool right there, and you're going to have your color at some sort of gray. Alright, and what I do is I use the space bar. And when you use the space bar, it gives you a really clear, definitive edge. And you use that as you move it around. You hold it around. When you unclick, it pretty much, gives you a nice straight lines. However, the second half, I just filled it in real quick. Alright, when you fill it in real quick, you just get your basic shape outline. Alright, now that I have that done, I'm going to change the transparency on the layer so I can see the template underneath, so I know what's going on. Alright, and right here I'm going to be erasing the general shape of that triangle cutout. And it's not exactly a precise science. You do what you think looks good, and you just keep going at it. You can do this one of two ways. You can do it by hand like I'm doing here, or you can build up one half and make sure you do it all based on the center line of that template by a chip midnight under there, and then just copy it, paste it, and get it oriented on the other side. What I'm doing is just real quick, easy erase work, and I kind of prefer it this way. Now I'm doing cleaning up the lines, making them nice and clear so you can see it perfectly. What I just did there was I hit Control Shift copy and then pasted it out. And I opened up SLCP for those of you that don't know what it is. That's Second Life Clothing Previewer. And Second Life Clothing Previewer lets me, since I'm not available to get online very often, see what I've done with my work. Helps me check my seams, helps me do a lot of things. Now what I'm doing is I'm checking the arm seams, because arms, they aren't my friend. I hate them with a passion. So I am lining it up, doing it over and over until I get it perfect, or just about perfect anyway. I've sped this up a little bit for your convenience. Okay, you do that on the front, you rinse, wash, and repeat, and do it on the back. And once you got everything lined up just about right, you have a lot of leeway there. Okay, and since this is a pretty quick tutorial, I'm not going to go through it all for you. Now what I just done there is I created a new layer. I emptied a color on it. I dumped a color on it. You can choose any color, red, black, or any color really. But I chose black to stay with the source picture I got. Alright. Now I'm going down to the original file. Well, no, actually. Right now I'm actually going to the filters. I'm going to the artistic section of it, and I'm adding a cloth. What that cloth is going to do is give me a little bit of leeway when it comes to things. It's going to give my clothing a little bit more depth and such. And I lowered the height of it to 1, because any more than that it becomes really, really noticeable, and you don't really want that. Beyond that, I'm going to go down to the original layer, and I'll go into light and shadows, and I'll just put a drop shadow on. Make sure that you click the little button right there that says allow resizing, and changes the shadow to whatever you want. When you do that, there's not a big noticeable difference, but when you actually put this on an avatar, you'll see a lot of depth. You can play with these shadows, you can smudge them, you make them bigger, smaller, whatever you want. And it'll really make the clothes look like they're more than just painted on, yeah? Okay. The other thing that you see on these is I've added all the folds ahead of time. I have a fold template that I've done that I keep, and I pretty much, modify as needed. That way I have everything ready and set, and I don't really have to worry about it until I get to the end. Alright, now this is a long shirt, so the bottom is just like the top. I'm just copying and pasting the actual texture. And I've put it on the same type of layer mode. This mode I actually use a lot. It's multiply. It's really good for, this kind of thing. Okay, and you make sure that the modes are the same on both. Alright, from this point, the shirt's basically done. Okay, so I went to Second Life and I've uploaded it, and I put it on a jacket layer. And I've maxed out all the sliders because I like to do that. And here you see the finished product. Yeah, well, it's loading, but this is my Hippo OpenSim Second Life, so you can't really, tell a difference, but it works pretty good and it looks pretty nice. So that would be the end of it. Thank you for joining me, and have a good day.